Hare Krishna, welcome everyone to our Caitanya Caritāmrta class. We'll begin with our prayers. Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Srī Caitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padikamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamsha Shri Rupam Sagrajata Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamsha हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगतपते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते तप्त कांचना गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामी नितिनामिने नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. Hare Krishna, welcome everyone. We are continuing our discussion from Caitanya Caritāmrta. We are on Madhya lila, chapter 16. We are discussing Lord's attempt to go to Vrindavan. In this chapter, last time we heard how Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, after all the devotees, they left for Jagannath from Bengal, from Jagannath Puri to Bengal. Mahaprabhu also decided to go to Vrindavan. And hearing this, Pratap Rudra Maharaj was very, very sad. He called for Sarvam Bhattacharya and Ramanand Rai and told, do something, but keep him here. And both of them, they started playing transcendental tricks. So they said, oh, now, can you please observe Rath Yatra? Then after Rath Yatra, can you please stay till Kartik? Then the Kartik came over. Now it is very cold in Vrindavan. Just stay till Dola Yatra. And that's how now you go today, tomorrow. They were just postponing the Lord's visit. यद्यपि स्वतंत्र प्रभु नहे निवारण भक्त इच्छा विना प्रभु न करे गमन. The supreme transcendental autocrat, supreme Lord who is supremely independent, bhakta ichha vina prabhu na kare gaman. So that's how Lord was not allowed. Then third year, the devotees again returned to Bengal and they wanted to come from Bengal to Jagannath Puri. All the devotees headed by Advaita Acharya, they started making all the preparations. We heard such wonderful preparations and all the devotees, how they were coming to Vrindavan, to Jagannath Puri to be with Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And how Shivananda Sen, he made all the arrangements. And they arrived at Ramuna. They took darshan of Khirchor Gopinath. Then they heard the story of Madhavendra Puri. They reached Katak, and they heard the story of Sakshi Gopal. And in this way, ultimately, they reached Jagannath Puri. And in Jagannath Puri, they all met Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was so very happy. He welcomed all the devotees with sandalwood paste and garland. And they all were so very happy to meet Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. They were provided all the wonderful arrangements, accommodation. The same last year, same accommodation was given to everyone. Then Gundicha Marjan day came, they did the wonderful festival of Gundicha Marjan, Rath Yatra came, and the Kulinagram residents, they had brought the ropes, silken ropes, and instructed by Srī Caitanya Mahaprabhu. They were also given, they gave all the ropes, and then they celebrated this Hera Panchami festival. After this Hera Panchami festival, Advaitacharya, he invited Mahaprabhu for prasad. So many other devotees they invited Mahaprabhu. We heard the wonderful interactions of Srī Caitanya Mahaprabhu and Advaitacharya and Srivas Thakur. And we heard Mahaprabhu giving orders to Nityanand Prabhu again. He had given the order last year only. Don't come to Jagannath Puri. Again he tells, he again came. Prati Varsha Nilachala Tumina Siva Gauda Rahi Moricha Safala Kariva. Again he gave instruction, please stay in Bengal and preach. So we heard till verse number 68. Now we'll continue in verse number 69. Now Srī Caitanya Mahaprabhu, he is talking to Kulinagram devotees. Wonderful conversation is about to happen between Srī Caitanya Mahaprabhu and all the Kulinagram devotees. Just like last year also, they had, before leaving Jagannath Puri, they had went to Srī Caitanya Mahaprabhu. They had asked many questions. And Satyaraj Khan and Ramananda Vasu, they had also asked questions. So now Kulinagram Vasis, they are asking, Kulinagrami Puravavat Kaila Nivedan Prabhu Agya Karo Amara Kartavya Sadhan. Again they are asking, like previous years, O Lord, who please instruct us about our duty. What is our sadhana? Prabhu Agya Karo Amara Kartavya Sadhan. What is our duty? Please explain. So just like last time Mahaprabhu had given the same instructions. He gave the same instruction again. Prabhu kahe Vaishnav Seva Nama Sankirtan Dui Kara Shidra Pabe Sri Krishna Charan. Same instruction Mahaprabhu gave again. Last time Mahaprabhu had told Krishna Seva Vaishnava Sevan Nirantara Karatumi Nama Sankirtan. Again he is telling the same. Vaishnava Seva, Nama Sankirtan. You do these two things properly. Attentive chanting and attentive dealings. Be careful in serving Vaishnavas and avoid offensive chanting. Duikara. Just do these two things and you will achieve the lotus feet of Lord Krishna. Duikara Shigrapape Sri Krishna Charan. It is it looks very simple, but it is very difficult. With our conditionings, with our mind, it is so very difficult to do these two simple things. Chant without offenses and don't offend devotees. Attentive chanting and attentive dealings. So just like last year, Satyaraj Khan had asked, the Kulinagram Vasis, they again asked the same question. Teho kahe ki Vaishnava ki tara lakshan, tabe hasi kahe Prabhu jani taraman. They asked the same thing. Who is a Vaishnava? How can we understand that this person is Vaishnava? What are his symptoms? And Mahaprabhu could understand why they're asking. Sometimes when questions are asked, the same question is repeated by a person. Again and again, the same question is asked. One should understand, it is not that previous answers were forgotten, but the devotee wants deeper and deeper realizations on the same subject matter. That is the mood behind asking the same question again. So if a mature devotee, a regular seasoned devotee is asking same question again and again, one should understand one possibility is he wants to go deeper in that subject matter. So these devotees are asking the same question: who is a Vaishnava? Mahaprabhu understood the heart of these devotees. He smiled. Prabhu, tabe hasi kahe Prabhu. He smiled. Jani Darman, he knew their heart. So Mahaprabhu is now giving instructions to these devotees. Krishna nama nirantara yahara badane sei Vaishnav sreshta bhaja tahara charane. Now Mahaprabhu is giving higher understanding of who is a Vaishnava. Previous year, Mahaprabhu, he had given simple instruction, यार मुखे सुने एक कृष्ण नाम एक बार सहित वैष्णव कर तहार सम्मान. If you hear somebody chanting once with faith, Krishna, accept him as Vaishnava and respect him. Now he is giving a deeper understanding. Krishna Nam Nirantara Yahara Badane. A person who is always chanting the names of the Lord, understand that he is Vaishnava Sresht. Previously he had said, say Sreshta Sabakar. He is the best among all human beings, one who is chanting Krishna even once. And now he is chanting regularly, he is the best among the Vaishnavas. A higher level of devotee. Say Vaishnava Sreshta Bhaja Tahara Charane, and your duty is to serve his lotus feet. Srila Prabhupada gives a detailed purport describing who is a Madhyam Adhikari, how a devotee should deal with Madhyam Adhikari. He quotes Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, who describes any Vaishnava who is constantly chanting the names of Lord should be considered to have attained the second platform of Vaishnava, Madhyam Adhikari. He is superior to Kanishta because Kanishta, he has just started chanting. Sometimes he is chanting, sometimes he may not be chanting. But Madhyam, he is regular in his chanting. Srila Prabhupada writes, a neophyte devotee just tries to chant sometimes, whereas advanced devotee is accustomed to chanting. He takes pleasure in chanting. There are various levels of devotees as they start chanting. The beginning level of chanting is, I am told to chant. When new people come, they hear, oh, then they start chanting. I'm told to chant. Somebody's telling me to chant, so I'm chanting. After spending some months or year, they come to the second level. I have to chant. Chanting करना पड़ता है. First level is chanting करने के लिए बताया गया है, बोला गया है. I am told to chant. But now I have to chant because I have understood that this is important. After spending many years, one comes to the next level. I want to chant. Or before that, I need to chant. And then I want to chant. And then the highest level is I love to chant. So Madhyam Adhikari level, Madhyam Adhikari devotee, he is accustomed to chanting. And sometimes he takes pleasure in chanting also. I want to chant. So Prabhupada writes, this Madhyam Adhikari devotee, he becomes a preacher. He likes to share this message of Krishna consciousness with everyone. It is but natural for a Madhyam Adhikari to share this message. Because a devotee who has imbibed this Krishna conscious philosophy, he cannot but preach. By default, he will share this knowledge. He likes to preach. A neophyte devotee, he is not so interested in preaching. He is happy he's doing his own bhajan, which is also very shaky. He thinks, for me, my bhakti is sufficient, me and my Lord. That's it. I don't have to do anything with the devotees. What to speak of new people? जो करना है करें, हम तो भक्ति कर रहे हैं. That's how new devotees they feel. We are doing the best thing. We don't care about others. But a Madhyamadikari feels for the suffering of common people. Why they are suffering. They should also get benefited. That is a Madhyamadikari. A neophyte devotee, he should worship a Madhyamadikari devotee. Respect him. Prabhupada quotes this Upadeshamrita, where Rupa Goswami says, Pranati bhishcha bhajantam isham. Pranati bhish. A neophyte devotee should respect a Madhyam Adhikari devotee. And Madhyam Adhikari should respect each other also. So now, Srila Prabhupada gives a detailed explanation of what is the meaning of Nirantar. It is very, very important definition of Nirantar, because Mahaprabhu has used this word Nirantar. Krishna Nam Nirantar Yahara Badane Sei Vaishnava Sreshta Bhaja Tahara Charane. What is Nirantar? So chanting should be Nirantar. Nirantar means without cessation, without any obstacle, continuously. So Prabhupada, he gives 7 meanings of this word antar. For us, Nirantar, continuous. Antar means some obstacle. He gives 7 meanings of the word antar. Very detailed explanation. The first meaning of antar is interval. And this interval, when there is break in the practice of bhajan, when some desire for sense gratification comes in the mind. If one has any desire other than the desire to perform devotional service, that becomes an antar. That becomes an obstacle. A pure devotee has no other desire. Pure devotee's desire is only to serve Krishna always, and whatever circumstance he or she may be in. Anyabhilashita shunyam jnana karmadhyanavritam anupulyena Krishna anushilanam. Anushilana means continuous. Just like the Ganga flows continuously towards the ocean. Just like the Ganga flows continuously towards the ocean, nothing can stop Ganga from flowing towards the ocean. That is the devotional service of a pure devotee. No obstacles. Avyavahita, apratahita. No obstacles can stop a devotee. No antar. But a neophyte devotee or conditioned devotee gets antar. Another meaning of this word antar is this body only. This body itself is an impediment for practicing devotional service. Because the body tends to get engaged in sense gratification. The body demands so many things. The body demands, I want to eat, I want to sleep. That is an obstacle. Till the time a person is not self-realized, his bodily conditions will always trouble. Hunger, thirst will trouble the devotee. But a pure devotee is never disturbed by any conditionings of the body. Nirantar. Just like Parikshit Maharaj. He was not eating anything, not drinking anything for 7 days. Still, Meshati dusashunmam tyaktodam abhibadate Mantam Tvanmukham Bhoja Chutam Harikathamritam. In the beginning of the 10th canto, Parikshit Maharaj says, O Shukdev Goswami, please keep on reciting Bhagavatam. Don't think that I am hungry, I am thirsty. Please keep on speaking. I am drinking the nectar of Harikatha from your mouth. He had transcended the bodily needs. No antar. Another meaning of the word antar is money. This money creates antar. If it is not used in Krishna's service, it becomes an impediment. Anything which is any material asset not used in Krishna's service becomes an obstacle. Money is itself an obstacle. But if it is not used in Krishna's service, it becomes really an obstacle. And if it is used in Krishna's service, it becomes an asset. That is called as Yukta Vairagya. If it is not Yukta Vairagya, then it is bondage. That is an obstacle. Another meaning, fourth meaning of antar is people in general, janta. When somebody associates with ordinary people, it creates antar. That's why Rupa Goswami says, Jana Sangha should be avoided. Atyahar, Prayashascha, Prajalpa, Niyamagraha, Jana Sangascha. Jana Sangha, association of materialistic people. Nishkenchanasya Bhagavad Bhajanonmukhasya Param Param Jigimasho Bhavasagarasya Sandarshanam Vishainam Atayoshitamcha Ha Hanta Hanta Vishabhakshanatopya Sadhu. To association of materialistic people, it is so very dangerous. It is more dangerous than staying in a pit full of snakes. It is more deadly than drinking poison. Because between Vish and Vishay, which is more dangerous? Vish or Vishay? Vishay is more dangerous than Vish. A person who is engaged in sense gratification, associating with that person is more dangerous than drinking poison. It looks really extreme statement. But why it is more dangerous? Because this wish will destroy only this body. But Vishayi, there are three things: wish, Vishay, and Vishayi. Poison, sense gratification, the object of sense gratification, Vishay, and person who is engaging in sense gratification. So amongst all these three, Vishay is most dangerous. Because wish will kill this body. The Vishaya may destroy some of our time, but a person who is engaging in sense gratification, associate with that person, he will create all the good impressions in our mind. What will happen if we do sense gratification? He will never tell anything bad about sense gratification. And our bondage to sense gratification will become more and more pronounced. Even if the Vishay gives problem, but still the Vishay will create such a wonderful picture. No, this time it was not so good. Next time it will be much better. That's 25 paise ka circus. So this Janata, it creates an obstacle. The fifth meaning of the word antar is greed. The people who are greedy, if somebody is greedy for the wealth, money, sense gratification, it is an obstacle. Anything of this world, greed for things of the world, laulyam, it is an obstacle. The last verse, last word in that second verse of Upadeshamrita, Janasangascha laulyam. If somebody is greedy for the material things of the world, it's an obstacle. The same greed, we can use it to come close to Krishna. That is what Rupa Goswami says. If you want to buy this taste for Krishna Bhakti, buy it wherever it is available, but we have to pay a price for it. What is the price we have to pay? Krishna Bhakti Rasa Bhavitamati Kriyatam Yadi Kutopi Lapyate Tatra Laulyam Api Mulyam Ekalam. Only one price. You have to be greedy for it. A person who is not greedy will not get this love of Krishna. Greed can be used in Krishna's service. Otherwise, it becomes an obstacle, antar. And the sixth thing which he says, the antar is created because of our atheistic ideas. Actually, he says the six things about this antar. The sixth thing about antar is atheistic ideas. If somebody has atheistic ideas, what are these atheistic ideas? He quotes a verse which comes in Padma Puran. Arche Vishnu Shiladi Gurushu Narmati Vaishnave Jati Buddhi. Somebody thinks that Archa Vigraha is an ordinary stone. Arche Vishnu Shiladi. Ye to patthar hai. And Guru is also a human being like me. One time, Srila Prabhupada, he was seeing an article in the Back to Godhead magazine. And this devotee who had written this article, he had given the title, "This man has changed the world." It was really a good article. But Srila Prabhupada called this devotee and said, "This is an offense." So he was really shocked. Yeah, okay. How can you call your guru as a man? He is not a man of this world. Narmati, Gurushu Narmati is not an ordinary person of this world. It is an offense. And if somebody, it is an atheism. And if somebody thinks, ये तो North Indian Vaishnava है, ये तो South Indian है, ये तो Chinese है, ये तो Japanese है, पता नहीं क्या क्या किया होगा. It is all hellish mentality. Vaishnava Jati Buddhi. And the second line of this verse is Vishnu Arva Vaishnavanam Kalimala Mathane Pad Tirthyam Buddhi. If somebody thinks that Pada Tirtha, the Caritāmrta of the Lord and the devotees, Caritāmrta of the devotees, it is ordinary water. It is also hellish intelligence. Many of the disciples of Prabhupada, they would tell how just because they got some Caritāmrta of Prabhupada, they are surviving. That is the faith a devotee disciple should have. And then he says, what is another type of atheism? Shri Vishnu Namni Mantre Sakal Kalushe He Shabda Samanya Buddhi. Somebody says, Krishna, Ram, yeah, ordinary words. What is the big thing about them? Shabda Samanya, yeah, ordinary words. This is Naraki intelligence. This is hellish mentality. This is atheism. This creates an obstacle in the path of devotional service. So such detailed understanding of the word antar. So devotee, Mahaprabhu says, Krishna Nam Nirantara Yahara Badane. One who is chanting Krishna Nam Nirantar, continuously, without any obstacle. I should understand that this person is a great devotee of the Lord. He's a Madhyamadikari. And then Srila Prabhupada writes, if somebody is intermingling the spiritual with the material, if somebody thinks transcendence and material things, they are okay, ठीक है, सब same ही है, ज़्यादा अंतर नहीं है. This is all due to poor fund of knowledge. It creates an obstacle. All this is offensive. A Madhyamadikari, he understands the difference between everything in this world. He never ever equates material and spiritual. He does 4 types of dealings with 4 types of people. Ishvare, tad adhin, balisheshu, dvishatsu. 4 categories. Lord, the devotees of the Lord, innocent people, and envious people. How do this Madhyamadikari deals with them? Prema, Maitri, Kripa, Upeksha, Yah Karoti, Samadhyam. He loves Ishvara. Ishvare Prem. Tad Adhineshu Maitri. Tad Adhin means the devotee. Maitri, friendship. Balish, Kripa, those who are innocent, he shows mercy. And Vishatsu, those who are envious, Upeksha, avoids them. What is the meaning of avoiding? He avoids any spiritual conversations with them. Shraddhavan Janavaye Bhakti Adhikari Uttama Madhyama Kanishta Shraddha Anusari. So according to the faith a devotee has, he is Kanishta, Madhyam, and Uttam. Yahara Komala Shraddha se Kanishta Jan. So Kanishta devotee has faith, his faith is very fragile. Krame Krame Teho Bhakta Haipe Uttam. Slowly his faith increases, he comes to Uttam level. Who is a Madhyamadikari? Shastra Yukti Nahi Jane Dridha Shraddhavan. Madhyamadikari se Mahabhagyavan. The quality of this Madhyamadikari devotee is he does not know much of the philosophy. He cannot defeat others in argument and debate. But he is himself convinced, मैं जो कर रहा हूँ बहुत बहुत अच्छा है. There is nothing better than this path of bhakti. But he cannot quote scriptures, he cannot argue, he cannot debate. But personally, he is very determined. Shastra Yukti Nahi Jane Dridha Shraddhavan. His Shraddha is very dridha. He is a Madhyamadikari. Madhyamadikari say, Mahabhagyavan, he is most fortunate. So according to the degree of attraction and faith a devotee has, there are different stages of devotion. Rati, Prema, Taratamya, Bhakta, Taratam. Taratam, Bhakta Taratam means different gradations of devotee. And then Srila Prabhupada again describes in detail the qualities of Madhyamadikari. Srila Prabhupada in these purports is really emphasizing who is a Madhyamadikari, who is a Uttamadikari, how we should understand, because in a devotee community, we'll see different devotees in different levels of consciousness. We should know how to deal with them accordingly, not offending them and not having some utopian expectations from them, not getting confused seeing their behaviors. So who is a Madhyamadikari? He says he's greatly attracted to chanting. What is Madhyamadikari? He is greatly attracted to chanting. So that means most of the devotees, we can be categorized at the max, कनिष्ठ में भी ऊपर वाले रहेंगे थोड़े, or little bit of the madhyam. Jiva Goswami says in Kanishta also there are three levels: Kanishta, Kanishta, Kanishta Madhyam, Kanishta Uttam. Madhyam also Kanishta, Madhyam Kanishta, Madhyam Madhyam, Madhyam Uttam. Uttam also Uttam Kanishta, Uttam Madhyam, Uttam Uttam. Madhyamadikari is greatly attracted to chanting. By chanting, he is gradually elevated to the platform of love of God. He understands his position, at least theoretically. Jivera Swarupa Hoy Krishnera Nityadas, he understands it. He knows his constitutional position. And he understands that I am servant of Krishna. I am Krishna Das. Since millions of lives, I have served my senses. I have served my anarthas. They have not given me any relief. They have not given any peace. No retirement. Prabhupada would quote this slok many times. कामादीनां कतिन कतिधा पालिता दुर्निदेशा तेषां जाता मयि न करुणा न कृपानोपशान्ति उत्सृज्य एतानथ यदुपते साम्प्रतं लब्धबुद्धि त्वामायातः शरणम् अभयं मां युङ्क्ष्वात्मदास्ये. O my Lord, I have served my senses and anarthas for many, many millions of lives. Katina katidha. But they are so ungrateful masters. Tesham jata maina karuna, no relief, no compassion, no na trapa, no upashanti. This life, oh my Lord, I have given up their service. Utsrijya etan, I have given up their service, oh my Lord. I have come to your shelter. Please accept me. This is a Madhyamadikari. And because he is firmly convinced about this, he preaches Krishna consciousness. That is the quality of a Madhyamadikari. He preaches. A devotee who is on the Madhyamadikari, he cannot help but preach. That's a natural outcome of a devotee who is experiencing Krishna's presence in his or her life. He stresses the importance of chanting. He can identify who is a devotee, who is a non-devotee, who is a motivated devotee. He can understand all this. He avoids association of motivated devotees. They are called Prakrita Bhakta. Prakrita Bhakta or neophyte devotee, they have started practicing chanting, but they are not at the level of practice of pure bhakti. Their bhakti is always mixed with some material things. But this Madhyam Adhikari, he understands Supreme Lord, he understands his own position, he understands, I want to serve him, I want to serve the Lord, I want to serve the devotees. So Srila Prabhupada explains wonderfully all these things. So the devotees, they left. Again, next year they came, third year they again came, fourth year now, they again came. Again they asked the same question. वर्षांतरे पुनः तारा ऐचे प्रश्न कइला वैष्णवेर तारतम्य प्रभु शिखाइला. Again they ask the same question, who is a Vaishnava? And Mahaprabhu this time he taught them about the different types of Vaishnava, Kanishta, Madhyam and Uttam. Mahaprabhu said, याहार दर्शने मुखे ऐसे कृष्ण नाम ताहार जानिह तुमी वैष्णव pradhan. Now this time, first time Mahaprabhu told who is a Kanishta. Second time who he described who is Madhyam. Kanishta, तो एक बार यार मुखे सुने कृष्ण नाम सहित वैष्णव कर ताहार सम्मान. एक बार कृष्ण नाम सुना, he has faith, Vaishnav. Second time, Krishna, Yarmukhe Nirantar Shri Krishna Nam, who is chanting continuously. So understand that he is Vaishnava Sreshta. And now, he is giving the highest understanding of who is a Vaishnava. Yahara Darshane Mukhe Aise Krishna Nam. Just by taking darshan of this devotee, a neophyte, a non-devotee starts chanting Krishna's name. Just by darshan, he is making devotees. Tahara Janiha Tumi Vaishnava Pradhan. He is Uttam Adhikari. He is Mahabhagavat, first class devotee. Srila Prabhupada in the purport again describes who is a Mahabhagavat. Previous purport he described Madhyamadikari in great detail. Now he describes who is a Mahabhagavat. A Mahabhagavat, he is aware of his Krishna conscious duty. He is himself a self-realized enlightened soul. He is always in love of Krishna. He loves Krishna without any adulteration. He is practicing Anya Bhilashita Bhakti, which is never affected by anything material. He is free of all the contaminations. He is already a transcendental, self-realized soul. And one interesting thing about him is he can connect everything with Krishna. It's like Srī Caitanya Mahaprabhu in the beginning pastimes. When he became devotee, he was speaking only Krishna as he's teaching grammar to the children, the students. He would speak about Krishna. He would connect everything with Krishna. You can see Krishna everywhere. स्थावर जंगम देखी ना देखी तार मूर्ति सर्वत्र होए निज इष्ट देव स्फूर्ति. So this Mahabhagavat, he is not seeing Sthavar and Jangam. He is not seeing moving and immovable things. He is seeing Krishna everywhere. That is the Mahabhagavat. And this Mahabhagavat, he understands that this person is still absorbed in material illusion. He tries to bring them to Krishna consciousness. He sees people sleeping in the lap of Maya. He tries to awake them. Jiva jago, Gaura Chandra bole, Koto nidra jao Maya, Pishachira pole. Mahaprabhu is telling us, wake up, O sleeping souls, till when you will sleep on the lap of Maya. So this devotee, he is himself self-realized, and he sees living entities suffering in illusion. He tries to bring them to Krishna consciousness. He helps them open their eyes. He's like the touchstone. Mahaprabhu quotes another verse from 6th chapter. Loha ke yavat sparshi hema nahi kore, tavat sparshamani keha chinite na pare. Till the time money, touchstone, does not transform iron into gold, nobody can understand that it is touchstone. It looks similar, but only when the touchstone transforms iron into gold, people come to know that it is touchstone. Similarly, a Mahabhagavat, he looks also an ordinary person, but the test of Mahabhagavat is he can turn materially conditioned living entities into pure devotees. And we can see in the life of Srila Prabhupada and his disciples and many other devotees, how they are practicing, they are preaching so wonderfully. Just by their touch, people are becoming devotees. Just by their glance, people are becoming devotees. Prabhupada writes, actually, preaching is not meant for Mahabhagavat. Because Mahabhagavat, his problem is, not his problem, is because he is self-realized, he sees everything in connection with Krishna only. He knows that ultimately they are they'll become Krishna conscious, they are part and parcel of the Lord. So to preach Uttam Adhikari, Mahabhagavat comes to Madhyam Adhikari. Because Madhyam Adhikari makes differences. He understands that this person is a devotee, this person is innocent, this person is envious. Uttam Adhikari cannot distinguish. So to preach, Uttam Adhikari comes to the level of Madhyam Adhikari. Sarvabhuteshu yah pasyed bhagavat bhavamatmanah bhutani bhagavatatmani esha bhagavatottama. Bhagavatottama, the first class Mahabhagavat, he sees everywhere Krishna. He sees Atma, he sees Krishna everywhere. And he is very expert in philosophical conclusions. Madhyamadikari may not be very expert in philosophical understanding, but Uttam Shastra Yukte Sanipuna, Sunipuna, he is very expert. Shastra Yukte Sunipuna Drida Shraddhayar Uttam Adhikari Se Taraye Samsar. He has unflinching faith and he can bring everyone close to Krishna. That is the power of a Mahabhagavat. So in this way, Srī Caitanya Mahaprabhu, he is telling who is a Kanishtadhikari, who is Madhyamadhikari, who is Uttamadhikari. Brahmakari kahe Prabhu Vaishnava Lakshan, Vaishnava Vaishnavatar Vaishnavatam. In sequence, Mahaprabhu told every year a next level of understanding. Vaishnav, Vaishnavatar, and Vaishnavatam. And finally, all the devotees, they returned to Bengal. Pundarik Vidyanidhi stayed in Jagannath Puri. And now Kaviraj Goswami is describing another very interesting pastime. So Swarup Damodar Goswami and Pundarik Vidyanidhi, they were very intimate. They would discuss Krishna Katha. They were actually at the same level of Krishna consciousness. Very elevated, advanced devotees. So Pundarik Vidyanidhi, he again initiated Gadadhar Pandit, and he went to take darshan of Lord Jagannath on Odana Shashti day. Odana Shashti is the day when there is a beginning of winter season. Odan means, Odni. When the deities are given new winter clothes, Odan. That's why it is called as Odan Shashti. So in Archana Marga, anything given to the Lord should be washed of the starch. Starched cloth should not be given to the Lord. So Pundarik Vidyanidhi, when he went to take darshan of Lord Jagannath, he saw that the priest, he neglected to wash the cloths and he gave starched cloth to Jagannath. So he became angry. And he became a little hateful. How can these priests do this? Why they're not following the standards? And because of this anger, his mind became polluted. That night, Jagannath and Balram came in the dream of Pundarik Vidyanidhi and they started slapping him. Who are you to interfere in our deity worship? Who are you to, become angry on our devotees? And they were slapping, both of them were slapping. Pundarik Vidyanidhi, instead of crying in pain, he was smiling. To be slapped by the Lord in dream, that is also only a great pure devotee can only experience that. Gala Pulila Chare Antare Ullas Vistari Barniya Chain Vrindavan Gala Pulila Tal Puladi Amar Marke. But Pundarik Vidyanidhi, Antare Ullas, inside he was very happy. In his heart, he was completely happy and satisfied. And Kaviraj Goswami is so wonderful. He never ever transgresses Vaishnava etiquettes. Because in the beginning of Adi Lila, he had told, यहाँ पे जो लिखूंगा, उतना ही लिखूंगा जो Vrindavan Das Thakur ने नहीं लिखा है. Whatever he has not described, I will describe only that. So therefore, here Kaviraj Goswami says, Vrindavan Das Thakur has described this pastime in great detail. So it doesn't describe the details of this pastime of Jagannath and Balaram slapping Pundarik Vidyanidhi. Every year, the devotees from Bengal, they would come, they would stay in Jagannath Puri, celebrate Rath Yatra, and then they would leave. And so many wonderful things happened in these wonderful yatras. So Kaviraj Goswami says, I will describe some of these things later also. So in this way, Srī Caitanya Mahaprabhu has passed 4 years now. The 5th year is this year. So 2 years, Mahaprabhu went to South India. He came back. First year, devotees asked, who is a Vaishnava? So Mahaprabhu described Kanishta. Second time, he described Madhyam. Now, the 5th time, he described Uttam. And then all the devotees, this time, they left. They didn't stay. Generally, the devotees would stay for more time, for 4 months. 5th year, the devotees, they didn't stay. They left after Rath Yatra. And Mahaprabhu could not, every year Mahaprabhu wanted to go to Vrindavan. But we heard in the beginning, Ramanand Rai and Sarvabhaum, they would play tricks. आज मत जाओ, कल चले जाना. अभी तो रथ यात्रा आ रही है. Then कार्तिक है, तो कार्तिक तक रुक जाइए. Then बहुत ठंडी है, डोले यात्रा तक रुक जाइए. In this way, they stopped Mahaprabhu from going to Vrindavan for 2 years. आजी काली करी उठाए विविध उपाय, यही ते सम्मति ना दे विच्छेदेर भय. आज जाओ, कल जाओ, ऐसा करके they are not giving permission. And Mahaprabhu is Supreme Lord himself. He is also not going because he was feeling how there will be a separation from me. He cannot handle that. So now this 5th year, when the devotees they left, now Mahaprabhu says, Abhi bahut ho gaya. He placed a proposal before Sarvabhaum Bhattacharya and Ramanand Rai. He embraced them first and he spoke. बहुत उत्कंठा मोर जाइते वृंदावन, तोमार हठे दुई वत्सर ना कैलू गमन. I am really anxious to go to Vrindavan. Utkantha, बहुत उत्कंठा मोरे. I am really anxious. Utkantha बहुत हो रहा है. I want to go to Vrindavan. Because of your hut, because of your tricks, I have not been able to go for 2 years. Now, please, can you please give me permission? अवश्य चली बेदुहे करहा सम्मति, तोमा दुहा बिना मोर नहीं अन्य गति. Can you please give permission? Save for you to I have no one, no other resort. If you don't give permission, how will I go? Please give permission. So Lord, Supreme Lord, who has the treasure of entire universe, everything belongs to him. He is begging. He is begging for permission. Jane do. Please give me permission. So these kind of dealings can be seen only in Mahaprabhu's pastime, where Lord, he is begging his devotees. Please give permission. And then Mahaprabhu says, "Aise nahi permission denge." So he adds some more things. He says, in Bengal, I have 2 shelters, my mother and Mother Ganga. They are always merciful to me. I want to take their darshan also. I will surely go and take darshan of my mother and Ganga on the way to Vrindavan. Now, please give me permission. So, when Sarvabhaum Bhattacharya and Ramanand Rai, they hear such appeals, they contemplated and said, it is not good to play tricks on Mahaprabhu. So they said, okay. Please leave, please go. You can go, but the problem is now it is rainy season. Just stay for few more months. It is difficult for you to travel now. You stay till Vijayadashmi and then you leave. Ultimately, after 2 years, Mahaprabhu got permission to go to Vrindavan. And he was really happy. He was very pleased. Somehow he passed these 4 months. Vijayadashmi day came. He collected some Mahaprasad of the Lord. He collected some remnants of Lord Jagannath's clothes. chandan, the ropes, some silken cloths, some ointment. He went to take darshan of the Lord Jagannath in early morning, and then he departed. All the devotees, they began following Mahaprabhu. Mahaprabhu, he forbade them, please don't follow me. Nobody could bear separation from Mahaprabhu. They are all following him. Mahaprabhu stopped them. He went to first place called as Bhavanipur. And there, Ramanand Rai arrived in palanquin. He brought some Mahaprasad of the Lord. It was sent by, which had brought by Vaninath Rai. Mahaprabhu took that prasad. He rested in the temple there. In the early morning, he again started traveling. He reached Bhuvaneshwar. After walking for some time, he reached Cuttack. There he saw the beautiful deity of Sakshi Gopal, which was brought from Vidyanagar. It was still there at Cuttack. And then Ramanandra and all the others, they also were there with Mahaprabhu. Mahaprabhu took some rest in the gardens of Sakshi Gopal. And while Srī Caitanya Mahaprabhu was taking rest in the garden of Sakshi Gopal temple, Ramanandra goes and tells the king of Cuttack. Who is the king of Cuttack? The famous devotee, King Prataprudra Maharaj. And what happened? We'll discuss next time. We'll stop here. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Srī Caitanya Mahaprabhu ki jai, Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai.